Well, hello, I'm Mandy Henry, and welcome back to DHL Google Plus Hangout. This time with Manchester United's Ryan Giggs. Ryan, thanks very much for joining me. Okay. We've got some great questions here from the fans. Ashish is one who's sent in. Do you think the current strike force is better than the 4 strikers in '99? We'll start with an easy one.
Yeah, thanks for that. No, I mean the 8 players who everyone is speaking about, I think they've all got different qualities, but are all great players in their own right. And I think the thing about '99 was they were all so different, and I think that's similar to the team now. They've all got different strengths, different aspects to them. They can all score goals, they make goals, and I think it's obviously a nice problem to have for the manager, who he not only picks but who he pairs the players up with. So I can't say one is better than the other, because they're all quality players.
The questions don't get any easier, because Andre has said Peter Schmeichel or Edwin van der Sar.
Well, I mean, I've been at the club, 20 odd years, and it's very difficult for me to sort of, you get asked a question, what's your best 11, and you just can't do it. You just, I mean, for example, Edwin and Peter, they've both won lots of leagues. They both won Champions Leagues. They've both played for their country 100 of times or so. There's nothing between them.
Don't even know if the manager could pick between them either, could he?
No, I don't think you can. I think Peter was a more dynamic, more would pull out unbelievable saves, and would just win your games from that aspect. Edwin was more, his concentration for 90 minutes was unbelievable. He could not do anything for 89 minutes, and then the 90th minute pull off a brilliant save. And his kicking and his overall manner was just so cool and calm and collective, and I think that fed right through the defence and right through the team. So they were both world-class keepers, but again, different.
This is an interesting one. Bilal says, I recently came across a picture of yours, Ryan, with white blonde hair. Any chance of going for something similar like that again?
No. Simple answer. I don't know what I was thinking. It wasn't even a midlife crisis. I must have been late 20s, so I don't know what.
You've not got an excuse.
No,
then.
I haven't even got an excuse. It didn't last long. It lasted about 10 days or so. I think I went on holiday
and then you looked in the mirror.
Yeah, looked in the mirror and soon went.
Harry says, any chance of appearing on Top Gear anytime soon?
I'm a fan of the show.
You're allowed to do stuff like that.
Yeah, there might be a bit of a problem. Haven't seen me drive, so no, I'm a fan of the show, and it's a show that's been going a long time.
Could you beat the Stig?
I don't think so. No, I think, but it would be good to obviously get taught off the Stig, and then do your own lap and see how quick you really are on a track. But I've done a couple of track days. But these days I tend to drive a little bit slower.
Sign of the times.
Sign of the times, yeah.
Clive says, which United kit is your favourite?
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Considering the long length of time you've been at the club.
I liked the 99 kit, the Champions League 99 kit, 98, 99. I always liked the black kit, whether it be, used to play probably mid-90s at Villa away, Liverpool away, and we've had one quite recently. So yeah, them two probably.
Not the grey one?
Not the grey one, no.
Keith says, do first team players watch the under-21s and the under-18s?
Yeah, we do. I mean, sometimes, only last week we finished training, and we were playing on the Sunday, so we finished training on the Saturday and went over after training and watched a bit of the first half of the young lads playing. And yeah, you watch it on MUTV, and you keep an eye, because you see the players day in, day out, and if you have seen a game and you want to give them pointers or something, then that's your chance to do it. So it is good to keep in touch, because when I was a young player, a lot of the first team would hang about and watch the youth team and do similar, if they spotted anything that could help you in your career.
Was that nerve-wracking when you were a young player and you had the more senior players watching you?
Yeah, it was. I think, it was at the Cliff, and you would be playing on the main pitch in the Cliff, and you'd look up to the canteen, and you see likes of Brian Robson and Mark Hughes watching you, and it was nerve-wracking, but it was great to see them show so much interest. So I think you remember times like that, and you want to make sure that that you're keeping an eye on the young players coming through and watching the progress.
Okay, another one from Paul, who says, what would you rather win this season? Oh, this is a tough one. If you could only have one trophy, the Premier League, the UEFA Champions League, or the FA Cup?
I think you set out each season to win the Premier League, and anything else is a bonus. I think you always look at that. To over 38 games, you want to win your own league. With regards to the Champions League and the FA Cup, you need everything to go for you. You need a bit of luck. You need to obviously play well. But the Premier League, especially, of course, what happened last year, losing out so narrowly to City, I think we'd like to get that back. But
does it make you more determined when something like that happens?
I think it does. Well, I don't know about more determined. I think it's not a nice feeling, and you don't want to feel like that again. I think when you have won it, and you just as determined to defend it as well. So it's a different feeling. But yeah, I would say the Premier League. Just.
Tom says, are you looking forward to the long flight to Sydney in pre-season? Thousands of fans here have waited so long to see you guys, and it's going to be an exciting tour, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I was fortunate to go on the tour to Australia about 10, 11 years ago, so that was great. We went to Melbourne and Sydney, and it's so far away, and then you get there, and the fanatical, the United fans in Australia. So it was great to go over there, because obviously you might only get one chance to do it. So I loved it. I loved Sydney. I loved Melbourne. I loved playing in the stadiums. I loved everything about it, about the trip. So yeah, the players are really looking forward to it. And like I say, it's so far away. You're only going to get to go to Australia maybe a couple of times in your lifetime if you're lucky.
Well, John, on a similar note, says, when you visit Australia this year, will you get a chance to see any more of the country? Because I'm in Perth, Western Australia. I could really use a fill-in for my indoor team. You don't get a lot of time, though, I know from experience, do you, to go out and explore the country, do you?
No, we don't. I mean, we'll maybe get the odd afternoon off, or maybe even a day off, where you get a chance to either play golf or to go sightseeing. It'd be nice to obviously see a bit of Sydney, and there's so many famous sites that you can go and see. We were lucky enough to one of the sponsors charter the yacht just off Sydney Harbour, so it's right outside the Sydney Opera House, and it's one of them things that you can't believe it really, that you're actually there. You see these buildings and these places on the telly, and then when you're actually there, it's a great feeling.
We've got one from Joshua who says, two from Joshua. Who has the worst hairstyle, and who's the most serious player in the team?
The worst hairstyle?
Is it you, the blonde one?
Yeah, probably mine, yeah, the blonde one, yeah. I don't think there's not many bad haircuts in the team at the moment.
Ando's had a few, hasn't he?
Ando's
had a few.
Ando,
yeah.
Well, he used to have the long hair, then it was a bit of a shock, obviously, when he cut it all off, and he had the little Mohican, but I think he suits that.
The most serious player in the team?
The most serious player?
You're all jokers in that dressing room, are you not?
Yeah. I think you obviously have different nationalities and different cultures, and different sense of humour, so yeah, I don't think there is a serious player. I think, the lads like to play jokes on each other, and we've got a good team spirit, so you've got to be able to take a joke. You can't be too serious, because if you are serious, then lads will just play on it and just keep on taking the mick out of you, or keep on playing practical jokes on you. So you have got to loosen up, and you've got to do it quick.
Johnny says, Messi or Ronaldo? Straight answer. Messi or Ronaldo? It's the big football debate, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's not much between them. At all. They're both great players, both great goal scorers. I would say obviously Cristiano, because I've played with him, and he's now played in 3 different countries, and obviously he didn't have long in Portugal, but he produced so much good football for United, and he's took it onto the next level for Real Madrid. So I would say Cristiano, but you would take any of them, wouldn't you?
You wouldn't mind having Messi in your team either, would you? No. Latoya says, if you could bring one past United player back that you never got the chance to play with into the squad today, who would it be and why?
I think it would have to be Duncan Edwards, just purely. Obviously, you've got Best, Law, Charlton. I've seen, obviously, clippings and bits and pieces, their goals and them play, but I've never actually you don't see much of any footage with Duncan Edwards, and everyone speaks about him so highly. So it would be nice to see him, obviously, play and see how good he really was.
Yeah. Ian says, which player in the squad is least affected by pressure? Is there someone that's just always calm? Or is that you? Now you've done it for so long.
I don't know, actually. I think...
Do you always get affected by it in big games?
Yeah, I think you try not to be. I think that's a sign of a good play, you know, keep your emotions in check. Again, there's different individuals, you have different temperaments, but calm, I don't know. I think you would have to say someone like Robin, or Wayne, or like Sachicha goal scorers who were so calm, because that is the hardest thing to do, score goals, and to have that sort of icy sort of demeanour in front of goals whenever people would panic. So yeah, I would probably say one of the goal scorers.
You say that's the hardest thing to do, and yet you've done it in every Premier League season, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a record that obviously I'm tremendously proud of, and to do it for so long is great, and I was obviously chuffed to keep it going against Everton.
Absolutely. Shane finally says, who is the toughest player to play against, and what's the toughest stadium to play in?
The toughest player I've ever played against was Zanetti for Inter Milan, who still plays for Inter Milan. We come up against him in the treble-winning season. He was playing right back for Inter Milan. I was left wing, and he could play anywhere. He could play midfield. He could play anywhere across the back four, and he had everything in my eyes. He was quick, powerful, intelligent. So he was really tough to play against. Toughest stadium. I think when you go to places like Turkey and the noise is so loud, you can't sort of explain it until you're actually there. I mean, it is deafening. So they're really tough places to play. And then of course you've got all the big teams, the San Siro, Bernabeu, Nou Camp. They're all really tough places to go.
I said finally, but I've got one more I want to ask. Shaquille says, would you trade football for any other sport?
No.
Did you have the option where you could?
I played rugby. Yeah, I played rugby up until I was 13, 14, and I loved playing rugby. But then I had to make the decision, because I was signing for United, what I wanted to do, because you obviously couldn't play both. So rugby was the closest. Rugby league was the closest I ever got. But no, football was always my number one sport, really.
I think United fans are probably glad you made that decision as well. Ryan, thanks for being such a good sport. And thanks to all the fans for your questions as well. They've been really great. Just keep an eye out on the DHL, Google Plus and Twitter channels for future events as well. But thanks very much for watching.